Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the #1 fishing podcast in the world. I'm your host, TJ, a.k.a. Fishing with YakPak. To my left, your right is Trey, my co-host. To your right, your left, my right is Fishing with Norm. And let me just tell you guys, Norm just dropped now this video has obviously been out for probably about a week and a half now after they're, seeing this podcast or whatever. Norm just dropped, in my opinion, because I got to see the entire editing process. We viewed that video twice in its entirety before you dropped it. And let me just be the first one to say, Norm, that was probably one of your best pieces of work I've ever seen.
I think so. I think it was top 5, maybe.
Definitely top 5.
Definitely top 5, yeah.
Definitely top 5. And you have, what, 300 or 400 something videos now?
Yeah, I think I'm in the 400s.
In the 400s, got to be in the 400s.
Yeah,
it's, you've been doing it since 2016. You've been killing it, crushing it. Definitely a top 5 piece of art, pure art from Fishing with Norm and Team Fishing with Norm and Zaid. Crazy, insane video. It was freaking awesome. Norm is linked down in the description below. So please, if you don't subscribe, then I don't want to say it, but we got to square up. We got to square up. Trey, you know what I was also thinking earlier? Trey. I link in the description of every podcast. I link Norm when he's a part of it. I link Norm. I link myself, Fishing with YakPak, and you yourself need to have something to be linked to. So maybe your Instagram, your fishing Instagram, or
definitely
you think
Instagram,
so?
yeah.
Okay, we'll make that the standard from now on. So from now on, myself for sure, Trey for sure will be linked, and any
and my OnlyFans
party. Yeah, well, I was gonna say Feet Finder, but if you got OnlyFans,
I like Feet Finder. That's good.
I'm telling who would have a stellar Feet Finder? That boy Ayo.
Yeah,
that boy Ayo. He got the dogs. You know,
he
what I'm saying?
got the toes.
He keeps them things. Man. Yeah, he keeps them things clean. You know what I'm saying? He don't let the dogs get loose.
Genuinely impressive how far he can spread his toes.
It is. The selfie you showed me the other day. We won't pop it on the screen right now, definitely. But the selfie you showed me the other day was hilarious. Like the toe spread, 10 out of 10. Top 0.1% of Feet Finder creators.
One of these days, I'm gonna drop it on Instagram. We like our text message thread with just the pictures we send to each other in there.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous. I easily have about 60 feet pictures of AO from the past 2 months. I promise.
$100 a feet pick, and you're making some big dollars. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for him to send a little bit more, so I can I can have enough content for like a year. Weekly posts.
One weekly post. $10 a month to subscribe to Norm's Feet Finder featuring AO's feet pics.
If you guys buy the whole year subscription up front, there is a $5 discount.
$5 discount for the year. You gotta love it. Hey, matter of fact, on Norm's Feet Finder, you can use code YakPak and save 3%.
You can save $6 with code YakPak.
That's what I'm saying on Norm's Feet Finder, featuring AO's feet pics.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would actually work. I bet people would pay for it.
Could you imagine, bro?
Dude, what do you think, Trey? Do you think, dude, if my favorite YouTuber sold feet pics,
I'm buying it if my favorite.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Honestly,
just because it's funny. You know what I mean?
Hilarious. Be like, I just paid for AO's feet pics.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we should totally sell feet pics, and whatever we make from feet pics, we have to spend on something for crazy. A video. Like either it's like I don't know, like we go do like some crazy like fishing trip across the United States, but we only have like $10 to do it or something stupid, or they donate like a ton of money, and then we just make something.
Bro, I'll tell you what, since we're at the very beginning of this podcast, which is the #1 fishing podcast in the world, I'll tell you guys what, an unreachable goal, in my opinion. This is crazy. 10,000 likes on this podcast, and we'll do a AO, YakPak, Trey, and Norm Feet Finder. It's not gonna happen though. 10,000 likes on this, it's not gonna happen. It's not
on the podcast. If it does, though, we are in for something. If they hit it, I'm just posting up my YouTube channel. It's just gonna be a 10-second YouTube video. It's gonna be like, hey guys, go like this thing so you can see everybody's feet. Don't do it. That's the whole video.
I got the dogs, bro. I got the dogs. My feet been through it and to it.
If it does hit 10K though, we gotta use it, and like whatever the profits are, we all go do like we all have like some great idea for it. I think like a trip would be cooler. Like,
bro, remember the okay. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't know if you got.
We would actually be like OnlyFans creators. If we're just using money to go on trips, because that's what they all do. They just get money and they go on trips and buy
but
things.
They go on trips and spend it on themselves. We would spend that on something like insane. Like I don't know if you want me to say this out loud, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Yesterday, you showed me a picture on Facebook Marketplace of something specific for sale.
Yeah, don't say that.
Okay, we're not going to say that. Did you know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
Bro, could you imagine if we all... Okay, we'll get off the Feet Finder topic, but...
That would be crazy.
That would be insane.
I just want to end it by saying I am so curious if it would make $10 or just like something crazy.
Something absurd.
Imagine we have like a whole gallery
bro,
of everybody's feet pics, dude. Like we could organize that.
We could organize it.
We could get everybody's feet pics from the Guggen Squad, some people outside of the Guggen Squad.
Yeah.
We can collect a gallery.
Yeah.
And then we could drop it like, dude, maybe even like, I say $100 and you get all the feet pics.
All of them. Bro,
so you don't have to
imagine
the subscription. It's a one time.
Every single dime would go to the craziest fishing YouTube video you guys would have ever seen.
Such a great concept. I hate that we're even saying this.
I know
Imagine
it is.
the title for that YouTube video. Selling feet pics for ultimate dream fishing vacation.
Yeah. Dude, not even a vacation because we would work our butts off. But my goodness, that would be nuts. But
it'd be a vacation.
Holy smokes, boys. To get off the Feet Finder topic, use code YakPak on Norm's Feet Finder. But to get off of that topic, a couple subtopics. Let me pull out my phone real quick so I don't mess it up. But a couple subtopics we have for today's video, if you're watching on YouTube or viewing in a audio standpoint, a podcast standpoint, like this is built to do, I guess. But we'll start with Trey, then we'll go to Norm, then we'll go to myself. So the two kind of subtopics that I've got is how/what got you into fishing. And then this is more so of a me and Norm thing specifically, but how Norm and YakPak started our careers on YouTube / what inspired us to do that. So Trey, if you want to lead us off on this episode, I believe this is episode number 9, if I'm not mistaken. How and what got you into fishing?
So pretty much the day I turned 16, I just went fishing and never stopped going fishing. And then I started getting a couple like wildcat wins and stuff like that. Started making some money.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what led you into the day you decided to go fishing? Like what was, because I'm sure you fished like with your grandpa and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you fished like here and there at a pond, whatever, when you was a little kid growing
occasionally
up.
Because I was busy with baseball.
Yeah, okay, like you said on episode number 8. Last night's episode. But what was the deciding factor? You know, do you remember specifically that day of like, hey, this is why I want to go fishing, whatever?
I do actually.
Go ahead.
I was over there at Papa's house and walked downstairs, and I was going to get like a hammer or something out of the toolbox. Of course, sent the grandson to go fetch something.
Oh, and he's going to yell at you.
hold that light.
Yeah, hold the light.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
It's too dang bad.
But I go down there. And there's like 2 side-by-side doors, and I open the right one, and he's got this white and blue tackle box back there full of purple cream worms with the spinners on it.
Old school.
Old school. And I was like,
interesting.
I want to go fishing.
That sparked it all, huh?
Yeah. I ran back up the stairs, said, I want to go fishing, and we went.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's been stuck on it ever since, huh?
Back.
You got a taste of the tournament we talked about in episode I think 7 or 8. But we talked about the whole tournament fishing aspect and how much of a rush it gives you and how much it makes your adrenaline go. Like publish on a YouTube video for you and the Can-Am and then get on plane for you in a boat going super fast. That's
sick for it, really.
Yeah, sick for it. I like it. I dig it. So that's awesome though, man. That's crazy. You saw a tackle box. Went upstairs.
Old dusty one.
A dusty, crusty one. Probably ain't been used in years. But,
Actually, I made a joke with him. I said, that tackle box costed me and you both a lot of money. Because if I'd have never found it, I might would have never went fishing.
You got a point. It costed us both a lot of money. And he probably laughed about it. That's got a good laugh out of that. That's good. That's good. That's freaking awesome, man. You can't beat it. You can't freaking beat it. So, Norm, how/what got you into fishing? Not necessarily your career on YouTube, because that'd be the next topic, but how and what?
So I think I said in one of the previous podcasts that I started fishing by kind of catching like all the bait and stuff with a cast net for my dad when we go out to Cape San Blas or we go to, different beaches and do a lot of saltwater fishing. Like I the first time I went freshwater fishing was when I was, I think, 16 years old or 17 years old. The first time I ever went freshwater fishing. But,
always saltwater up until that point, yeah?
Yeah, so we'd always go, and then we had a boat for a little bit, and then we got rid of it. We bought a camper.
Ayo just text me. Sorry to interrupt
Ayo
you.
just texted, I took all my clothes off, and I'm ready.
Ayo's going to be joining us on this podcast.
We can just call him, because if you want to.
I'll tell you what,
ready.
after you answer this, after you finish your answer, I'll give a quick answer, and then I'll get into that.
Okay.
I'll call Ayo, and we'll make him tell us his story.
Try to tell us slightly quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'd fish as a kid with my dad, but that was maybe only twice a year. Leading all the way up until my sophomore summer, so that'd be 2014 summer. I tore my meniscus playing football, so I was kind of out for like 3 months. Like couldn't really, like I had crutches, my knee was all wrapped up and stuff. So I would just sit in our garage, and it didn't have like AC unit or anything. Yeah. So it's like middle of summer in Florida. It'd get like 110 degrees in there.
Yeah.
And I would just sit in there like every day for 14 hours playing Call of Duty Ghosts or that's probably the game that was out during then.
Right after Black Ops 2 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just sit there, play Call of Duty, did it for weeks. Cause I couldn't really like move all too much, I just,
Yeah.
That's all I could do. And one day Mason came over, who was in like the last speedboat challenge.
Yeah.
Yep. And he was like, "Hey, dude, I'm going to the lake. You want to go with me?" And I was like, "Sure." So it's right across the street from our house, maybe, I don't know, 200 yards. So I like got my crutches and I crutch over there. He's got like a fishing rod.
Yeah.
And at this point, I have no clue anything about like fish being in fresh water or lakes. I knew minnows. I knew that stuff. I didn't know you'd go catch bass and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went down there. We hung out. It's like a little river that connects these two big lakes in our neighborhood.
Yep. Yeah.
And dude, within like the first minute, he caught like a 1 pound bass or something like that, which was giant to me out of a lake. I was like, dude, what the heck is that? Because I loved catching like crabs and cast netting and stuff and sand flea nets. I was always fascinated with like with wildlife, I guess. Like I liked frogs and grass. Like I was so into that stuff. Yeah. So when I saw like there was a fish in there, I was like, dude, that's crazy. I gotta try.
Yeah.
So I went back, and I don't even think I have a fishing pole. I have a saltwater combo.
Okay.
But it's like a bigger one.
Yeah, big
for like sharks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I get a cast net, come back, cast net, and dude, in like one cast, catch like 25 bass. And this isn't like a big cast net. This is like a 5 or 6 footer. Yeah. Because I was like maybe 6'1" or 2 sophomore year.
Not 7'3" now.
Yeah, I wasn't like, I couldn't throw that big of a cast net. I do the over the shoulder instead of the bunch up.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so anyways, I cast netted a ton of fish. I went back and I showed my dad the picture on my phone. I was like, Dad, look at my bass I just got. I didn't even know these were in here. He's like, you cannot cast net those. So he gave me.
Oh yeah, and you told me he was not mad, but he was like, son, stop.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, that's not. And I was so confused. I was like, why not? Like, I just caught all these fish. He's like, it's not sportsman like you're supposed to.
Yeah, and
the
there's different rules.
Way to do it is to catch it on a line and a lure.
Line and a hook.
And I had never used artificial lures before, because when we go saltwater fishing, I'd always catch live bait to use. Yeah. So he had my grandpa's tackle box. So there was like some random tackle in there, dude, like some random worms and just like saltwater rattle traps and stuff. Yeah. And I went down with a worm. It was I think it was a Zoom Old Monster. Or maybe it was like a Mag 2, but not like the big one, but Mag like 2.
I think it's a Mag 2,
it was like maybe like a 6 or 7 inch worm. Went down there, started catching fish, and then I just go down every single day in the summer. Yeah, because I'd play games for a few hours and I get bored, and I'd be like, time to go fishing.
And I feel like you sparked a new hobby too, because
most definitely.
Yeah.
And then it became where it was like no more video games. It was like just
you wanted
fishing.
Did you ever have the idea? You too, Trey. Did either of you guys ever have the idea of like you got hooked? You got, no pun intended, you got hooked into fishing, and you're like, I want to be the best.
Yeah. And then when I went back to school that year, there was the fishing team.
That's so right. I did sophomore or junior year. Do you remember by chance?
This is going into junior.
This was
sophomore summer when I discovered
sophomore summer. Okay.
Bass fishing. So, but yeah, during summer I go there every single day, and a lot of times we'd have like my friends over, And, we'd have 5 or 6 people over, and we go out like at midnight.
Yeah.
We just go night fishing.
Oh
We
my
catch 20, 30 fish every night. We didn't even take a break. It was at the lake, 20 or 30 fish every night for, honestly, probably like a couple years.
You remember the midnight golf course rips in West Palm Beach?
West Palm, yeah.
Oh my God. Throwing a buzzbait down a bank, you don't know if it's a gator or a bass. You have no idea.
I wish I might have to find a picture and send you the picture of the spot because it's so cool. Because
If you have it, send it to me. If Norm sends it to me, if he's got it, we'll pop it up
Yeah.
right now. If not, then he don't have it.
It's like a little culvert, or it's like a bridge, a passover, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
There's 2 tunnels that go underneath it, but pretty like sizable, like
Yeah.
8 foot, 2 tunnels. So every time you'd walk up, you'd have like the whole strategy. Like you'd walk up, and before you got too close, you'd take a cast under the tunnel.
Oh
so
my
we could
gosh,
try to cast all the way to the other side of the road.
Yeah.
We'd always start on the right side, cast under, and then we cast out. But it was such a cool fishing spot that we fished for years.
Yeah.
So when I went junior year of high school, I was slower than everybody than I used to be because of my knee injury.
Yep.
And so I couldn't play forward in soccer anymore. I was a kicker for the football team, and I kind of like just almost out of laziness. I was like, I don't want to go to the weight room. Like, because I was not into lifting weights then, like at all in high school. I kind of found that like right after I got out of high school and then went crazy.
Yeah. You were shredded at one point, I remember.
I was in good shape.
No, I'm not saying was in a bad way, but like, your priorities changed.
Yeah,
Priorities
now
changed.
it's YouTube, baby.
Yeah, YouTube, baby. YouTube content,
YouTube?
content.
Yeah, anyways.
It is 10:41 p.m. and we are just now starting this podcast. We've literally been going since.
That's
8
probably,
o'clock.
if I seem weird and different than my YouTube videos, it's because I've been going all day, and then this is like,
This is
Norm
raw.
crashing.
But you guys said you like that, the raw form.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sorry,
it's
I don't
cool.
mean to interrupt.
So I went, I was always super competitive, and junior year, our high school started a fishing team. It was like the first year they did it. And I had some of my friends I'd take out to that spot and go fishing with. They'd take me to some of their spots.
Yeah.
And I kind of started like fishing different ponds and lakes, and people would invite me over and be like, hey, you want to go fishing? Then we start going fishing the John boat and, kind of expanding. But the fishing team started, and so I joined it. And I think I had like one, like that rod that my dad gave me. I think it was like a $15, $20 rod. I had like red lightning line, little hook, and we would only fish with speed craws and Cincos.
Yeah.
For like the first 2 or a year and a half I fished. But I joined the fishing team, and I didn't have like a boat or anything like that. My dad, I think at this time, had like a 17-foot aqua sport, but no trolling motor.
Yeah.
No, it's like just a saltwater boat.
You're going to get to the spot, and the wind's going to blow your wings. Yeah.
Yeah, so we would go take that out saltwater fishing. I'm sorry this is taking a long time, but I never actually told like everything.
That's really cool,
though.
I hope you guys are enjoying that. I'm sure they are. That's really cool. Norm's story. That's cool.
Yeah. So we get there, and junior year of the fishing team, everybody has partners already because it's like 2 anglers in high school fishing.
Yep. Co and angler, whatever they call it in high school, but yeah.
So I was left with because I wasn't good at fishing compared to everybody else because I just started.
Did you, not to cut you off, did you have a high school team?
I did.
You did? Okay. We'll talk about that shortly, but okay. I didn't know you had a high school team. Okay. Anyways.
So yeah, I was the worst. So I got paired up with the other worst kid.
Oh.
And he had a 1972 Sea Explorer, I want to say.
The old Sea Explorer.
It was like, dude, there's so many crazy memories from this fishing team. But, dude, so I can't even recall his name, but we were on the same team. And so you fish like 4 tournaments.
Yeah.
Like qualifiers up into state championship, like the top 15 teams, I think, make it. And you're allowed to fish on Okeechobee. So we go out and fish our first tournament, and we're on the way down there. It's like in Central Florida or something. I think we're fishing like Lake Dora or the Harris Chain. And he calls me, and me and my dad and another guy from my high school are on our way down. We're driving separate. He was there a day for pre-fishing. Yeah. And he calls us, and he says, hey, I got some good news and some bad news. Which one you want to hear first? And my dad hears it on speakerphone. We're like already 3 hours on the way down. He's like, please tell me that he's going to be able to fish this thing tomorrow. He's like, good news is I caught a fish today, but bad news is the boat isn't working and somebody had to tow us back. And I went to go put the trolling motor battery in the boat, and he went to go put it in, fell completely off the dock, like 10 foot with the battery, and the battery was stuck at the bottom. So the guy who towed him back was like, hey, I'll take you guys out tomorrow. He had like a brand new bass boat. He's like, I'll take you guys out tomorrow so you don't have to miss your tournament.
That was sick at the time.
Oh,
Getting around
dude.
in a brand new bass boat.
So then I show up, and it was like the
was
best
crazy,
news ever. So then I'm in a sparkly, like, dude, I remember the sparkles on the side of this
you
boat,
know,
man.
it's like one of them things like look good,
Yeah.
play good. You knew you was going to go do good.
Dude. So then I rolled up, dude. I got I got one combo, dude. I only had one bag of speed worms and 5 hooks going into this thing. I spent like $8 at Walmart.
A pure fishing
and bro,
challenge.
let me tell you, I thought I was so prepared. You know what I mean? Because I've been
fresh bag.
dude, I've been ripping my lake. I think I'm the best fisherman on earth.
Oh, of course.
You know how they say, like, when you start when you start something, you think you're better at it, and the more you do it, the more you realize you don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I
nothing.
mean?
Yeah.
So I was still in the phase where I thought I was awesome, dude. Because we're all competing in high school, like everybody's posting Instagram pictures, and it's like, everybody wants a 5-pounder.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If you post a 5-pounder on Instagram, it's a flex. And
Yeah.
you show up to school on Monday, and you're like, guys, this weekend I caught a 5-pounder, and everybody's like, no way. And dude, I can never catch one, so I just wanted to so bad to post it on my Instagram. It was so funny. That's really what motivated my fishing, was just trying to show them that I could catch a 5-pounder.
You know what's, bro? I remember like 2 years ago you telling me that tiny portion of this story. Like, I did everything I could in high school to catch a 5-pounder to put it on my Instagram.
Dude,
I remember
everybody
that.
had pictures, and they're like, oh, like they caught like a 9-pounder, like an 8-year-old and stuff. So I'm trying to prove myself to all these guys who are fishing. I'm like, dude, I can do it too. So now I'm getting competitive.
Yeah.
But yes, we show up to the tournament. We go out, and the captain's allowed to put you on the spot. He's just not allowed to tell you what to do. So he drives us out, and we're like, he's like, you guys want to go? You guys want to go to spot number one? We're like, sure. He drives us out, dude. We're fishing like, we're fishing like 35, 40 foot of water. We're out in the middle somewhere random. I think it was, dude, on like Lake Dora, the Harris Chain. It was somewhere super deep. And
there's deep lakes down that way.
I've been on Harris Chain. That's fun.
There's some deep lakes.
Yeah.
bro, at night preparation, I had one of those clear little, I think it was like a little Plano tackle box.
Ooh, my boy came
And
prepared.
I only had a pack of speed worms, and my buddy said, dude, they're biting Cincos. And I was like, what's a Cinco? And he showed me his worms. And it's like, can I have some? And he was like, nah, dude, I need them for the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, I only have a certain amount. So
man.
I spent the whole night before with my one spinning rod with, I want to say, Red Lightning line or the Cajun Thunder line. I really want to paint this picture, man. It had to be a Zebco rod. It was an ugly stick and like a Zebco reel, I want to say. Anyways. So I cut all the tails off my speed worms the night before, like thinking I'm a genius, man. Like I'm like figuring it out. So I go out, no bullet weights. Keep in mind, I didn't use bullet weights for the first 2 years. I only fished weightless.
Oh God.
So the guy takes us out at like 40 foot of water, and dude, we spent 7 hours out there and caught nothing. And the whole time I'm like, dude, we gotta fish shallow. Like trying to tell this guy who's taking us out, like, because that's where I had all my confidence.
In shallow water.
Yeah. So
Just like any Florida fisherman.
yeah, but I was like, dude, we gotta go shallow. Yeah, I was like, bass don't like the deep water. And he's like, what makes you think that? I remember, and now I feel so stupid thinking that back then, because we were probably over some 10s, but I was just bringing a Cinco on top of the water.
Of course.
So we get back up into the canal, into the cut, like the last 20 minutes. It had to be it was Lake Toho. It was Lake Toho. We get right back to the boat ramp. Zero fish in the boat. We go into like this little boat canal. The fish are on beds everywhere, dude.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like right when you launch, it's right off there to the right.
Yeah.
So dude, I get in, catch like 3 fish off the rip on my Cinco, man. I'm on fire. Not big ones, but just like 2s and 1s and stuff. Yeah, 3 keepers. I hooked this 4th fish, man. And
Begging?
let me tell you, this thing was probably about 6 pounds, which at the time is my PB.
Yeah, for sure.
By multiple pounds. I hooked this fish, reel it in, net it, get it all the way into the boat. It's laying in the net. I go to get the pliers. The fish jumps, shakes the hook. It lands on my partner's foot, and he kicks the fish out of the boat. He kicked it.
Bro, I'm swinging.
And dude, I was I was like, no. And I'll never forget. He went, he said, wouldn't have mattered anyways. We're not gonna win. I was like, you're kidding, dude, because I wanted to prove it so bad. And I think it's on a YouTube. I think I was filming at this point. I think I had like a GoPro 1, Dude, I might have put it in a video. I know I've seen it on GoPro before, but I had to show everybody that I did it because when I got back, I was like, guys, I got a 6-pounder. They're like, no, it's not here.
It ain't here.
I was like, I'm telling you, I caught one.
That's like Trey pulling up to a tournament. He's like, yeah, bro, I had 3 9s in the boat, but that, they didn't.
There was bleeding. I didn't want to weigh me.
Yeah, it was bleeding. So
I'm
gonna call Ayo while you finish your story real quick.
Yeah,
he texted me just now and he said Norm's taking forever.
Oh, you can call him. I'll pick it up. Just remind me that's where I left off.
All right, reminded at the kicked 6-pounder.
Yes.
All right, middle
I'm
note.
giving my whole story, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. Middle note. The kick 6-pounder. We're calling Ayo right now. Let's see. I'm gonna lay my mic down. We're gonna figure this out somehow, some way. There he is. My man.
What's up, dude?
What you up to?
I'm sitting behind some kid's house. My wife's a nanny, and we're keeping the kids for a few days. We're staying over at their place.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have, I'm probably yelling into the phone right now. The microphone's laid down because I don't know how to work this podcast equipment. We've got Mr. Ayo himself on the phone. Ayo, how you doing?
Boys? I'm glad to be here.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
We're glad to have you on the #1 fishing podcast.
That's true. We are #1 because you and Lojo don't upload no more, so we're definitely #1.
Yeah, it's valid.
All jokes. So what you been up to, man?
Just sit behind this kid's house.
What are you doing behind a kid's house?
Sitting by this pool. It's all dark, so.
Sounds
You just text us saying your clothes are off, though.
No, I did not.
Dude, we have it on
My
footage
wife's
before we
my
called
wife's
you.
a nanny, so we're
Y'all babysitting tonight?
Where's she?
She keeps the youngest, and then the 2 oldest are like high school dudes, and they're just kind of the homies. Been friends with them since I was like 12.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's a vibe.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Your look right there, Norm, was kind of. What was that look?
I don't understand what's going on, but I think I just heard everything wrong.
I'm behind a kid's house, Norm. That's all you need to know.
Okay. I think I know which house you're talking about. The one you normally go to?
Right. The one that has that really big back window.
Dang it. Whatever sentence you're going to say next, that was my joke, and you swiped it.
Swipe.
I was already prepared for the big window joke. Dang it. All right, good job, man.
You guys know each other
Props.
so well. So, Ayo, I got a question for you kind of for tonight's podcast. How
many kids are in the back window?
and what are you doing at the pool?
Yeah.
You bet.
Where's your clothes?
Oh, God. No, so how/what got you into fishing? Or even more so, what you're really known for is the best boat restoration fishing / whatever YouTube channel ever created. So what got you into all that stuff?
Oh, well, starting with fishing, it was mostly just my dad, dude. I was fishing since I was like 4. It was just kind of like, I feel like their dads choose like one thing that they do, like as a family thing. And for me, it was always like fishing. That was it.
That's really cool.
So, been fishing since I was a young buck, dude.
The youngin'.
Yeah, dude. It used to be really fun. Now every time I fish without a camera, I feel like I'm losing money. So it's just like.
Matter of fact, Norm, that's a good question because I know Trey fishes a lot of tournaments and stuff, but solo dolo or whatever. But Norm, when's the last time you went fishing without a camera rolling?
I went like maybe 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
we went midnight fishing, and it was the first time
yeah.
I had done it in about 3 years. So
Yeah.
but yeah, a
Put
few
it
weeks
on the
ago
gram,
again.
though. Did you not?
Yeah, I put it on Instagram, so I don't know if
Okay.
that I don't know if that counts, but
Yeah,
I like did like
it's
I did
content.
like a update, like guys, we
Yeah.
don't have the it's too dark outside, but the fish, dude, there were just 8-pounders eating
Just
everywhere.
8
So
pounders. Just 8-pounders.
I
There we
had
go.
to go fishing because it was our last day at a private lake. But
Well, that's wild.
There's no
It's
way you
been
don't go fishing in that situation.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. I say it's a hot minute since I've been fishing without a camera because just like you said, I feel like not necessarily money, but just content in general. Like I just feel like I'm missing out. I got it's
it's same content
same
money.
some content money, whatever. Yeah, same thing. But I guess the next thing that was a really quick story. Norm's was about 75 minutes long.
I'm still not done, dude. I was maybe in like my introduction and half of my first body paragraph, and there's still 2.5 more to go.
So I guess that I know, right? Yeah, that's okay though. You got a whole autobiography and whatnot. I think autobiography is where you write about yourself or something. I don't even know, but you got a biology something going on.
Yeah, Autobots or something.
Dude, let me tell you a better story, man. This is a podcast, dude. That was like first day of school type answer. Let me give you
give me something good. Give me something good.
Okay.
Oh, Ayo, before you start, dude, you sound so much like Theo Vaughn, through the phone.
Yeah, I'm trying hard.
You're doing
dude, you sound identical.
You're doing a great job.
Good. I've heard people say that to me before, and it could be the biggest compliment I've ever been given.
Yeah, it's kind of weirded me out a little bit in the headphones.
Theo Vaughn because I'm a big fan. I was trying to collab with him. And I was like, if I could make him laugh out the gate, he definitely would film with me. And I was like, hey, bro, you want to go film fishing videos? We can see how many Tootsie Rolls we can fit in our mouths. And he did.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready when you are.
Becca just texted me and said, bro, my girlfriend and I are watching your new video right now and dying laughing. Thank you, Becca. Shouts out to Becca.
Yeah, shout out to Becca, bro. She's a freaking gangster.
She's been killing it on YouTube,
too,
dude, with the camping
her.
stuff.
I love her so much.
Shouts out to you, Becca.
Cool. Anyways, continue with your Theo Vaughn Tootsie Roll story there. Hey, yo.
That's pretty much it. I just sent it. That was it. It ended right there.
That's hilarious.
But if it gets around, dude, Theo Vaughn, bro, hit me up, man.
Yeah. I'm a DM him right now, too.
He just subscribed to the #1 fishing podcast in the world just the other day, so I'll send him a DM for you.
Oh, dude, he's clouded, man. You know, Theo Vaughn said he likes fishing, though, so I wonder in some weird world.
Did you not see the video he did where he held the fishing reel upside down in a creek just for views? Like, he was doing it on purpose. Like,
I didn't see that. Yeah. To be fair, I listened to his first 2 podcasts this week. Yeah. But I absolutely love them.
He's a goat.
Yeah, they're amazing.
He's hilarious, man. But not as hilarious as my man Ayo.
Wait, so Ayo, what'd you say? Because I copied your video idea. So what was your DM again?
Do what?
What was your DM again that you sent Theo Vaughn?
I said, hey, man, do you want to go fishing? We can see how many Tootsie Rolls we can fit in our mouths.
Okay.
We can see. You get it? He's doing it right now. Word for word. But
if he responds to that, I'm going to be ticked. I'm a big Theo Vaughn story. He actually told a story of trying to fit Tootsie Rolls in his mouth, so I figured it would resonate well, you know?
That's a very smart idea because that proves that you listen and you're not just clout chasing.
That's right, dude. But, you know.
Norm just did it.
Hey, if he responds to me, Ayo, you're 1,000% invited.
We need something.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
Trey,
even though he will not.
Yeah, you want to go grab a towel out of the bathroom real quick?
Why do we need a towel?
I had a sweet tea behind me and I spilled it. But, yeah, you'll have that. So the next question, I guess, which is actually more so a Norm, Ayo, and YakPak question rather than Trey, because Trey doesn't really, hasn't dabbled off in it yet. But while we have you, Ayo, because I know you don't have all night, because it's 11:06 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get into not necessarily the fishing YouTube scene, but just what inspired you to do YouTube itself? Like, how did you get into all that?
Dude, I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, like the why. Because I'm having difficulties behind the scenes with my channel, and so I'm like trying to get back to my roots and trying.
Are you falling off? Like
I'm just like I want to improve what I have going.
I know. Uploading. Yeah, I see that too. I see that. Everybody sees you want to improve. Everybody sees that.
Yeah.
I'm like at this point where I'm thinking about the why. Like, why did I start this journey? And like, because it's very easy to get lost in.
Yes.
In the whole thing. So I don't know, man. I've been thinking a lot about it. And dude, I can honestly claim that I was the worst YouTuber within the first year of my start. Like I think I was the absolute worst out of anybody I've ever seen that started for the first year, bro. Because like I took the first 2 years of my career off the internet because they're so bad.
It was crazy that you say that because I was looking at your channel the other day and I'll scroll back to as far. You used to have another YouTube channel that was fairly successful before Ayo, correct?
It wasn't successful.
Was it not? I don't remember. I didn't watch it. I wasn't into that sort of thing. I know what it is, but I just wasn't into that stuff.
It was not successful, no. But the thing is I loved making videos, and I knew that I could do it. I just, it was just a big hurdle for me to be myself on camera. It took me 2.5 years. I know it sounds weird, but it was just my mental block.
Yeah, you kind of grew
every
into
time
it.
I looked into a lens, I would just talk like I was on the radio instead of talking like I was just talking to a friend.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, a lot of other creators out there, I'm sure, can resonate with that. A lot of serious creators, for sure. Nobody can just pick a camera up and be instantly good at it unless you're Catch-em-all. Zach Catch-em-all. He's the only one.
Exactly. And I don't know. But I feel like the reason I started is I felt like this is, I guess I'm just going to dive in, babe. I'm just going to tell you everything my heart has.
Just run it.
When I was in high school, middle school, I was never the cool guy. I was always kind of awkward. I always was decent at sports, but I was never the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always knew that I could do something really good, and I just never did. And when I saw YouTube, it was kind of like this mix of entertainment and video production and all these things that I was interested in. I was like, dude, this is the chance that I get to freaking pursue my passion and also become what I know I can.
I like that a lot. We had a talk a couple episodes back about when you get an opportunity in life, some people just realize that they have that and they just scoop it with everything they've got. So I like that a lot. I resonate a lot with that because that's kind of, we'll get into that later on the podcast, but that's kind of flows along with my story as well. But really cool. I respect that a lot too.
Thanks, homie. I feel like YouTube's done that for a lot of people, though. I feel like a lot of people are in weird places, and then YouTube just gives people the opportunity to finally become something,
I agree.
And it's not even that I need to become famous or rich or anything. It's more that I just want to be good at something. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to be good at something, you found what you're good at, and you want to maximize the capacity of that. For sure. I understand 100%.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's freaking awesome, though. Well, we've got a bunch of other stories to tell. So I know it's it's a little past 11:15 at night now. It's getting late. I know you babysitting them kids. You got a big window at the pool. You got all that stuff going on. So yeah. We'll let you go, and we appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to having you on future podcasts. Maybe me and Trey slide down there with all the equipment. We'll make a pod in front of Itty Bitty or something like that.
We're gonna do it, man.
Cool.
We'll make it happen, and I'll be more upbeat. I feel like I just killed the mood of your podcast.
No, dude, you killed it, man. You did a good job in a good way.
Okay, dude, good. I don't know. I'm nervous. My palms are sweaty.
Knees weak a little bit. Arms are heavy.
It's like mom spaghetti.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's okay, though. You do not have to feel nervous at any point in time you come on the #1 fishing podcast in the world.
Dude, I'm honored. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, bro. We'll call you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll send you some pictures of the fish we don't catch.
I do bet. Tell Norm that was a dope title for his last video.
Thanks, dude. I caught some inspiration from I think my other one that I did or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. For sure. I'm going to drop 1v1 tomorrow. I love you, boys.
All right. Love you. See ya.
Yeah, I stole his title word for word.
Did you steal his title, really?
Yeah, or basically word for word, yeah.
That's funny, though.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about it. We kind of both steal off each other's stuff. So
yeah, you'll have that.
Me just more so than him.
Yeah.
I do a little bit more of the stealing, but it's a compliment.
You got to steal to be good. #1, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I guess. Yeah. So, anyways, we just got off the phone with Ayo. Ayo, shout out to you. Thanks for joining in and being a part of this episode today. Ayo's linked down in the description below. If I don't know for whatever reason you hadn't heard of him, that'd be weird, but I'm sure you have. If you haven't, Please go check
You
him out.
gotta watch.
Yeah, you have to. The incredible storyteller, one of the best to do it on YouTube in the boat / I would consider fishing, boat, off.
Yeah, he's in just the outdoors.
Yeah, outdoors. I almost said
Yeah.
off road. I meant outdoors, but outdoors. Yeah. One of the best. Definitely a top dude.
Hilarious.
I'm putting him top 3.
I'm putting him #1 like boat restoration YouTuber.
Oh, number
for
1 boat
sure.
restoration for sure. But like for like I guess fishing or / like outdoor or whatever, bro. Top 3, and
Yeah.
you're also in the top 3. I don't know who number 1 is. You're probably number 1 with like Ayo being like number 1.10. Like it's y'all both you. Anyways, both y'all are incredible. But moving on with that same kind of question, what got you into / inspired you to start your fishing YouTube career?
All right, so we'll pick right back up. From
Oh,
this.
I forgot you had to pick up. It's good. But anyways, where we left off, I'm pretty sure was somewhere along the lines of
Kicking the fish back in the lake at Toho.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we still ended up coming in like I want to say like 7th or 8th place.
after he said y'all wasn't gonna win anyways.
Yeah, but we still wouldn't have won because first place was that much far ahead. But we
And
would've
if
came
you
in
kick
like,
a 6-pounder in the water, you're probably not gonna win.
yeah, we would have came in 3rd if we would have kept the 8-pounder,
Wow.
like somewhere up there. But
I'd
we
be
wouldn't.
mad.
We still wouldn't have came in first.
That's awesome though.
But yeah, so I finished out the year with him, and then I think he couldn't make like the last tournament or something.
Yeah.
And somehow they made an exception because we ended up being in the top 15. Somehow miraculously, we went to the state championship.
Yeah.
Or you know what? No, me and him fished it that year too. I don't think we did very good in the state championship. We did terrible. I think we lost so many fish on Okeechobee. But yeah. So, anyways, the next year, this is right when I'm. I think I am starting like an Instagram. I actually have my gaming. I did Call of Duty trick shots and stuff, and
Yeah.
I had like my highlight clips and everything. So my fishing with Norm Instagram used to be Stormin17, which is my gaming account.
Yeah.
So I started my fishing account with like 20,000 followers because I had like 20,000 or so for
That's impressive
for
though.
gaming.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So I enjoyed like growing Instagram and gaming, but I just deleted everything, switched it to fishing my senior year. So I had some followers. I got my first like fishing sponsor ever.
Yeah. From Instagram.
Yeah, which was Drop Hook, which was a fishing app.
Oh wow.
So they would cover my $150 like entrance fee.
Wow.
For tournaments.
Interesting.
And they sent us jerseys, which we thought was so
Oh, you're out there
cool,
styling
dude.
and profiling.
So
man.
I was able to scoop like a guy who was a grade below me. I was able to scoop him because I got the tournament cover or the tournament stuff covered.
Yeah.
And I think I was getting like 80% off from like Big Bite Baits or something. So I had like
Big Bite, yeah.
Yeah, so we had them on our jersey too. So we were getting the discount. So I was able to scoop like the best fisherman my senior year.
Yep.
For tournaments, and he had a contact with a guy who owned like a really nice bass boat, so he would go to every single tournament with us.
Yeah. Wow.
And dude, I started getting way better like every single day. Junior year, summer, fished every single day.
Yeah.
Started fishing different spots, trying different techniques, figuring stuff out.
Everything, yeah.
Instead
Learning
of just
to be
throwing
a
a
better
Senko
fisherman,
around.
yeah.
Yeah. And then senior year, we had research lakes, do all that stuff, getting really into it. At this point, I still play soccer on a travel league, but it's like not like a great travel league, so we don't play like really complicated teams like I used to. But that was all I had going on. So we would fish every single day, lake research and watching YouTube videos on how to fish certain lures, going out and practicing
crazy.
and different we'd go practice in like a lake with grass in it just to learn the bite in grass. Like we go try different stuff and different
That's
types
good,
of
though.
techniques. And so we did all that. We ended up being second in the state. I think about 286 boats all the way up to the state championship. So the 4 qualifiers, we came in second, third, and second out of like 100 something boats, always finishing in the top. And I'd always fill the bag up. I catch 4 and then he'd always catch a big one. He would just have a flipping stick in his hand all day and he would maybe catch 2,
Just dob
but
it
they
for a
would,
bite.
they would be a 8 or a 6 or something. I just fill it with 3s and 4s because I was really confident in the speed worm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back then. So
Even to this day,
even to this day. So I was a big speed worm back then and like weightless flukes when we get shallow.
Oh, the weightless fluke, dude.
And we're fishing all grass lakes, so I was like getting really confident with that stuff.
Yeah. Can't beat it, man.
So so that year kind of ended. I started doing YouTube videos. And then fast forward through 5 years of YouTube, now I'm here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So-
That's actually brings us into our next topic, which is really cool
Yeah.
that you just kind of prefaced it with that. But I'll let you go ahead and go first. This is, what was it that inspired you? Because like you just led up to that point right there. What was
Yeah.
it that inspired you to do the YouTube thing?
So I always watched YouTube. I always watched like back in Black Ops 2 days. I always watched like gaming YouTubers.
Yep,
I was
same.
always on you, even like in the Charlie Bit
Remember
My
watching
Finger
Scump
days.
and Nade Shot?
Yeah, I watched Scump and Nade Shot. I watched Optic, which is so like surreal now that I know Hex and stuff.
that
Like
owns
it's
it, bro. We
so-
could literally, it's crazy,
It's
man.
so weird because I used
Yeah.
to idolize those guys,
know,
just-
dude.
and still like it's just cool to even be able to just have his number in my phone.
Bro, I was watching. No, I don't want to cut you off, but I was watching Scump, like
Yeah.
demolish kids on COD when I was stationed, when I was deployed in Iraq. Like
Yeah.
somehow, some way, one of my comms buddies figured out how to like stream stuff. This was 2011. The internet was there, but not super massive, But would stream that, and then like last September, I went to a get together with Optic, and like Nade Shot was the reason that I got through the door. He was like, "Oh no, he's with me," and like had never met me before, and like that was
Yeah.
crazy. And then like being in a conversation, standing there with Hex, Nade Shot, and Scump, and they're
Yeah.
like, those three are facing me like like talking to me, bro. Such a surreal, humbling experience. It was insane.
Yeah, dude, me like 13, 14-year-old me would be freaking
I would've peed
out
on-
because
I would've peed on
because
myself.
I watch them every single day.
Every day.
But now I never feel weird about meeting anybody because I feel like I've kind of earned it. Like I've leveled myself up
Yeah.
to where I see
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
just a normal human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
No, I
but
agree.
there's just different successes and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like cool to show respect and stuff.
Yep.
But dude, 14-year-old me would have been going crazy.
Dude, the 13, 14-year-old inside me was going crazy because I was like, bro,
Yeah.
like this is insane. Like this, how am I standing here in front of these people? And like Hex invited me out to that. Like
Yeah.
after we had talked plenty of times, sent me a message and was like, hey,
Speaking of Hex, the first time I met him was in the January Guggen Week.
yep, remember that.
When you meet people with a lot of followers, sometimes you get like rudely like wow, that person is not what they're like on
Not
camera.
what they seem, yeah.
That is a terrible human
Yeah.
being.
Yeah, yeah,
There's been some of those that we've met before.
yeah.
Hex was the first one to come up to me and like introduce himself to me and say hello, and
Yeah.
he was definitely had the highest stature in the whole entire room.
Oh, yeah.
And he was by far the most humble and the most nice. So
Yeah.
that was like so cool to me. So
We were picking teams to do the fishing cook thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, me and Yak, let's run it." And then I was like, "Bro, this is Optic freaking Hex, bro."
Hex is also one of the guys. We're just sitting here, just like rubbing Hex's ego, dude.
No,
Like,
no.
Yeah, no, we don't mean to sound like that because it's really just like
It's a surreal experience
Yeah.
when you get to meet what, not necessarily for me, for Norm, a childhood idol. For me, I was more grown.
Yeah.
I was in Iraq and stuff, but like to see everything he had accomplished, and then like now to be able to like I associate with him, it's just crazy. But anyways, like
yeah. So it's just like
green wall gang or don't bang is all I'm gonna say.
I don't yeah, but now like I feel like I've earned it. So it's not that weird now when I'm in a room with people and I just realized everybody's people, but 13, 14-year-old me would have thought it was so cool. But I just wanted to say when people get bigger and bigger, their egos inflate, and his is one that just isn't inflated, but his presence in the room, it's
very well known
that he is the guy when he is in the room. There's different situations where other people are the guys when he's not around, but when Hex is in the room, pretty much 10 times out of 10, Hex is the dude, but he's the most humble way about it.
You would never freaking know, dude. You would never know.
If you didn't know who
Walk
he
by him
was,
at the
and he was
airport,
there,
no. You would never, dude. You would never know.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
Dude,
too.
even if you're like at a party with him or something
Even that. Yeah.
Okay, we're talking a lot about Hex.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
Hex,
so
if
moving
you're
back
watching,
along. Yeah,
hey,
we
man.
love you, Hex. You know we do. Guggen gang, don't bang. Green wall gang or don't bang. You know what's up. But
Yeah,
anyways,
so-
so what inspired you to do YouTube? You got the Call of Duty point. all
Yeah,
that stuff,
so I was watching them. I was watching the Vanos crew was a huge inspiration. So like Vanos,
H2O Delirious. Yeah.
Wildcat, like Louis Caliber, like all of the Moose Knuckle, I think was his name or something like that.
Good God.
All
dude.
the guys in
Throwback.
that group, I would watch their Black Ops 2 videos. And I was always either gaming or on YouTube, but mainly I'd just be consuming YouTube content. I'd be watching pranksters are really popular at the time back then too.
I remember that.
So I just watched so much YouTube, and I always just wanted to be a YouTuber because I idolized all these people that I was watching.
Yeah.
So by the time like high school was over and I was out of the tournaments and stuff, and I could have joined like the FSU college bass fishing team.
Yeah.
But they don't really do all too many tournaments. And that was just like I was going to stay in town. So I decided like, oh, I want to keep fishing and do like something kind of competitive. And I was already like kind of had like a decent Instagram following, probably like 25 or
that's decent.
25,000 or something.
You got 25K and you're doing something, you know?
Yeah. So I was like, I enjoyed like the social media aspect, and I always
Yeah.
wanted to be a YouTuber, I think. So it just kind of happened that that's like what I was so into, especially at the time, was just fishing every single day. It's like, might as well make some YouTube videos on it. So that's kind of when I guess that's why I decided to start. I knew I always wanted to be like a YouTuber just from watching all the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the coolest job ever. Why would you ever want to do anything else if you can just, like, in my eyes, like 13, 14-year-old me is like, you could just game all day and have fun with your friends and make a ton of jokes. And that's your job. Like that was like that. Like that's still, even to this day, it's still the coolest thing ever. I'm still like, dude,
it definitely would be cool.
Fishing is our job. You know what I mean? So
it gets tough when the fish don't bite. You know. So
yeah, but it's like if you have to work, and that's I got like really depressed when I was like 18, 19 because I wasn't like 100% committed to the fishing YouTube thing. Still going to college.
Yeah,
and I didn't want to do anything else, but I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't have like the courage to tell my parents I wanted to commit to it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I was like really depressed on where I was going to go with my life, what I was going to do. And I ended up getting my AA degree. And then I think I told my parents I was going to school, like to FSU. And I just dropped out like before classes even started.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't tell them for like a year.
Yeah.
Like a year later, I was like, yeah, by the way, I haven't been going to school as soon as YouTube started working out. But I just always knew I wanted to do it, I guess. And like I don't know really how more to explain it, but I was like, YouTube, I just want to do that.
You knew you wanted to do it. And I feel like you've always been good at it. You've always been a great storyteller.
And the moment I didn't know what I wanted to do, though, if that makes, like now looking back on it, it's like, it was so obvious to me that all I wanted to do was YouTube. But in the time, it's so hard to be like, I can do YouTube. I think I quit my job at Chick-fil-A, saved up like 10 grand, worked there for 2 years. I bought my truck in cash for, I think, 13 grand, 14 grand. Yeah. And then, saved up an extra 10. And then I had 6,000 subscribers and I just quit. Yeah. And gave YouTube a shot. Ran that 10K all the way down with rent and stuff over like 6 months. $5 Little Caesars pizzas, ramen noodles. That's it. That's all I spent my money on. And the occasional Polar Pop. Yeah. And got down to my last like $10. Great Shadow Legends that came through. I think I've told that story a few times. Yeah. Yep. For I think $2 grand. 2,500,
I think it was. Or was it 2?
Yeah, I think it was $2 grand.
Okay.
And saved me. Like I was right there from having to ask my parents for money to pay for my rent. And then obviously then I'd have to go back to school and go get my job again. Yeah. Great Shadow Legends paid. And then I had a couple of videos blow up. Started making AdSense money. Started filming with Lojo. Yep. And
here you are.
Yeah. And then it just worked
600,000 subs. Congratulations. By this time, the podcast episode number, I think 9 comes out. 600,000 people have clicked on your freaking name.
Cool, because I always wanted to do it, and I got to do what I wanted to do, which is very cool. So if you guys know what you want to do, I guess my only advice, because I think like when you're talking to an audience, technically when you're in this type of position, you're supposed to say, stay school kids and do all this. Follow
your freaking heart, because you only get one life to live.
Exactly. So don't let anybody, including your closest friends, your family, everything. If you know what you want to do, you're just going to end up hating those people more if you're not able to do it.
I'm going to tell you what, your closest friends a lot of times will turn out to not be your closest friends. I promise you that.
That's
on everything. I'm 32
true.
years old, and I've learned that the hard way throughout my entire life.
Yeah. So, I guess what I was kind of, trying to say is like, if you know you want to do something and you're willing to work towards it, like it's not going to be easy. If you want the easy route, go to college and get a regular job. But if
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, that's what 95% of people do. Yeah. But if there's something in you, if you feel like you're a little bit different and you know that you're going to be putting in the work, and you're, confident in yourself, you have a good plan, like definitely take the opportunity. Because if you go years down the line, you're just going to be mad at everybody around you. You're going to start blaming other people.
I got a comment on this podcast the other day because we semi touched on this. what we're talking about right now, about chase your dreams, follow your dreams, stuff like that. And so anyways, a guy said he was, I believe, 60 or 68, and he, in capital letters wrote, "I wish," and then I would have followed my dreams.
Yeah,
like I didn't want that to be mean. But we'll get into me later.
What's
Yeah,
the only
that?
thing that you could fear, like when you're in your deathbed? And for me, it's like regretting not doing what you wanted to do with your life. So it's so easy to get caught up, like, oh, like I'm in school now, I have this part-time job, I'll work here for a couple more years. Oh, I'll go to college just because it's easy and I'll pay off my stuff. Oh, I need to get another job to pay that off. It's very easy to kind of get caught in the system. So
one thing that like I hate to keep cutting you off. One thing that I regret, and I don't really live life with regrets, because it's like what happens is going to happen, and it's going to happen for a reason. Like I'm a firm believer in that. But one regret that I've had from the Army is I never tried to go to Ranger School. And that means nothing to you guys that are like sitting beside me right now, but some vet out there that's watching, like if they have a tab or not, like I regret not trying. If I had tried and failed, at least I would have tried. But Ranger School is like one of the, to give it some perspective for you two, Trey and Norm, it's like the hardest school mentally, physically, emotionally, everything else you can feel. It's the hardest 62 days of your life. And
harder than SEAL training?
From everything I've like heard, read, been talked to, like SEALs, Rangers, SF dudes, CAG dudes, like apparently Ranger School is tough. Like that's the one, but I was Army, so I can't speak on specifically that. I was neither one of those things, a SEAL or Ranger, so I can't speak on it purely. But I've heard from both of the same, like, Ranger School is harder. Because SEAL training there's a lot more to it than you got Bud's Week or Hell Week is what it's called. Excuse me, Hell Week. And it's a week, like the hardest week of your life. Ranger School is that for 62 days.
That's a long time. Yeah.
And you go through phases. You start in Georgia, then I believe you go to Darby phase, mountain phase, then swamp phase. So you start in Fort Benning, you go up to North Georgia in the mountains, you do mountain phase, and then you do something else, I think, and then you go to the swamp phase where you walk through like the Okefenokee swamp, alligators, rattlesnakes, cottonmouths, all that good stuff. And you sleep in that stuff, and it was really tough. Anyways, I regret not doing that. So kids or grown folks, if you have a dream, like if your heart desires something, follow that. At least give it a chance. Remember when Gary Vee was popping off and he was like, you could be 70 and it's not over. Like, it's not. Colonel Sanders started KFC, if I'm not mistaken, when he was like 60-something years old.
Thank Colonel Sanders for them famous bowls.
Famous bowls bussing. I'm telling you, they've been the sponsor of the past 7 podcasts, I swear. Anyways, that was a good answer, Norm. Everybody appreciates the dialogue, I'm sure. What got me into, what inspired me to do YouTube, short and sweet version of that is Flare.
Yeah.
Short and sweet answer to that. I was stationed in Hawaii for 3 years and the 25th ID, and never once in the entire time I was in Hawaii did I go fishing. I was pure fitness, because in the unit that I was in at that specific time, you did not want to be the guy that was not like first, second, third place. Like, you did not want to be that guy, because you were just, they weren't going to allow it. Like, you were just not going to be a part of the team if you just couldn't, not even keep up. Like, if you just couldn't, it's a different level.
Gotcha.
But anyways, I didn't fish at all. And after that, I re-enlisted to stay in the Army for a few more years. And I'm like, I want to try to get airborne school. I always wanted to jump out of planes. And I've been trying for, I think, 7 years at that time. Never had got airborne school. Finally got it. Get stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina in the 82nd Airborne Division. It was winter 2016. Come spring 2016, I was like, man, I just got the itch. I was like, I want to go fishing. So I got on YouTube and I typed in how to bass fish, because my dad had took me fishing and stuff growing up, but I never really was like an avid fisherman. So get on there, search how to bass fish. First video pops up, something about a $20 something, $25 something in Bass Pro, whatever it was. Flair started the video at his house. Then went to Bass Pro Shop, did some tackle shopping. Then went to the pond, went fishing, caught a couple fish on a black and blue chatterbait, a New Tech chatterbait. To this day, I still remember that. And after that, went home, did an outro like in his backyard on the back porch or whatever. And I was like, man, dude, I think I can do that. I have a GoPro from when I was in Iraq. And at the time, my wife, ex-wife now, whatever, had a camera. And I was like, bro, I can do that. And I just started and I never stopped. And now here we are, sitting on the number one fishing podcast in the world.
That's great.
That's crazy. It's crazy. This podcast has been all over the place. But that's probably, I think we've got about an hour and 10-minute long podcast, give or take.
Yeah.
Hour, 15 minutes. So I'm very hungry. I have not eaten yet. We did go to Little Caesars earlier. Got some cheese sticks, some pizza.
What a cluster that parking situation
Oh, my
was.
God.
Dude, we almost totaled my truck 7 times in the Little Caesars parking lot, and not because of me. It was insane. It was the worst parking lot I've ever been to in my life. Dudes were doing like 90 miles an hour and within 7 feet of each other. It was crazy. But anyways, thanks for watching, viewing, listening, subscribing, liking the number one fishing podcast in the world. We will catch you guys on the next podcast. We love all of y'all. Peace.